Hey YouTube, Chloe here, and welcome back to another video. So a person by the name of Natasha left a comment on one of my videos a few days ago regarding a circulating video that's on YouTube where a 54-year-old Vivica Fox discussed her thoughts on what she's now looking for in a relationship. Vivica was once married in her early 20s. She divorced young and has never married again or had children. And a few years back, she revealed in an interview with Oprah Winfrey that her biggest regret was not having a child of her own. So, with Vivica's appearance on this current TV show, Face the Truth TV, she admitted to once being the woman who narrowly focused on a man's looks, particularly in her 20s and 30s and even her early 40s. And in her words, all it took was a quote unquote six-pack and a smile for her to be attracted to a man. But now she's in a different place. She's in her 50s. She's in a different stage of her life. And Vivica is now interested in finding a good partner, someone who can make her laugh, someone with whom she can travel with, create memories with, and a man who has his own money, which is a hypergamous thumbs up, right? And she's still hopeful for a man who can give her butterflies. Now, there's been a lot of dragging, a lot of public dragging, and a lot of reactions to this circular video that I plan on addressing. Obviously, aging for women comes with a rabbit hole of complexities, but the elephant in the room is that as women get older, they are devalued, disrespected, considered throwaway, and expired. And unfortunately for women, age is used in a very weaponizing way, especially for insecure, misogynistic men who live to police, devalue, and criticize women for fun. And this is why it's so valuable for women to understand themselves through a hypergamous lens. So, switching gears for a minute, I wanted to do this video for several hypergamous reasons, because the shaming of women is a sport for many, right? That both men and women, it's a sport that both men and women participate in. Women are shamed for having kids too young. Women are shamed for having kids too old. Women are shamed for not having kids. Women are shamed for being single mothers. Women are fat shamed. Women are shamed for not being forever 21. Women are shamed for not having a man. Women are shamed for being unmarried. So the criticism that a woman will face over her lifetime will be consistent and relentless. And that's just the way of the world. But there is a contingent, both men and women, within the YouTube community who seem to relish in a sort of sick victory lap of sorts, when women of a certain age, particularly women over 50, are single, unmarried, and without children. Being unmarried and childless is weaponized to attack a woman's worth, to attack her confidence. There's this idea of market value that women simply cannot get around. The idea that as women age, they depreciate in value because a woman's value is so strongly connected to her beauty, her fertility, and her ability to maintain a relationship. And I believe strongly that a lot of this belief comes from our wiring. It's in our DNA for the most part to expand, to be in companionship, to reproduce. It's in our DNA to want love and to want family. But because we are living in a quote unquote feminist society where women are expected to be independent, right? Especially black women are expected to not need anyone. And because of this dogma, women are in a constant boxing match with themselves because of the whole complication of women being expected to have it all. Women are expected to have careers, to have babies, to have husbands, to be independent, to have perfect bodies, and to forever look like they're in their 20s. Society puts an unrealistic amount of pressure on women, and the expectations for women are way steeper than they are for men. So this is a very triggering subject for many independent women and for older women who find themselves in the predicament of being unmarried and childless, because there are a lot of women who fall into this category. You have the celebrity examples of Mary J. Blige, Tracy Ellis Ross, Rashida Jones, Sanaa Lathan, all women who are unmarried without children, and the number of women who won't have children or marriage in their lives is only increasing. It's only growing. So as for the criticism, I think a lot of older women are shocked at the level of pushback, vitriol, and ridicule that comes with aging. specifically with their fertility. So a lot of women who are unmarried without children are made fun of. They become the punchline. All of a sudden, they become old maids and cat ladies. So I want to speak to what's currently happening with modern women. The modern woman's reality is struggling in dating, right? Women are struggling to find boyfriends, husbands, and partners. And once you throw the monkey wrench of fertility and babies in the mix, women can have a really hard time with their personal lives. And father time ain't no joke. Can middle-aged black women or women in general look amazing for their age? Yes. Can cougars and golden girls find men to have sex with them? Absolutely. But the issue is not sex. The issue is babies and finding commitment. And your chances of finding commitment are much higher for women when they are younger because men place a premium on beauty and youth. And the harsh reality is that women over 40 cannot compete with women in their 20s. And older women an older woman might be able to bag a younger dude, but can she give him a child, right? And the stark reality is that there are a lot of unmarried and childless women who silently suffer with depression and the resentment of not having a family of their own. A lot of women have older women have regrets. They struggle with the void, the emptiness, the lack of fulfillment, and the lack of unconditional love that often comes with being a mom and a wife. This is a real issue for older women. So, as a cautionary tale for my younger listeners, when you're young, you don't think you're going to get old. No one does. But the younger you understand hypergamy, the better, which is why you need to subscribe to this channel, because so many women don't have a plan and they end up wasting their time. They pay dust to their femininity and squalor their youth because they are so groomed to focus on their independence, working, hustling, and not needing a man. But father time always comes to collect. Next thing you know, your biological clock starts ticking, it starts booming. And this is when women tend to scramble and panic because they haven't the faintest idea on how to be feminine, how to get a man, how to be in a relationship, how to be a wife. And that scramble ends up putting so many women on a path of desperation. And when a woman is desperate, she tends to spiral and make her worst mistakes. When you're younger, no one talks about fertility, right? You might as well be speaking in Chinese if someone mentions fertility in their 20s. But all of a sudden, when you're pushing 40, you're over 40, and you don't have kids, you'll have people coming out of the woodwork who will taunt you, shame you, ridicule you, and make you the butt of their jokes. Next thing you know, you're having a midlife crisis, and then you're in menopause. But there is good news. Women over 40 who decide that they now want to be mothers have options. They can adopt locally or globally. They can pay for a surrogate. There's IVF. They can get a donor egg. They can go to a sperm bank. They can be a stepmom, the old-fashioned way. The options for older women to become mothers has never been wider, more available, or stronger. But most older women, even though most won't admit it, regret not focusing on the fulfillment of marriage, stability, and babies. So that's all I have to say on this subject for now. I know it's very triggering, but I deeply believe that women are beautiful and worthy of respect, no matter her marital status or what she's done with her uterus. Life is never over, and a woman is never counted out, no matter what the odds say. So, can Vivica Fox find love at her age? Absolutely. However, the sooner a woman understands hypergamy and that her fertility has an expiration date, the better. So stay tuned for more videos to come, and I will catch up with you in the next one.